All right, so there's a lot to break down. A lot of people might disagree with certain things. Some people might agree. You just never know. It's a very opinionated game. For example, we could all agree that Hela's a S tier character, but if you're whiffing your shots, she is basically fucking D tier. You can't really do anything with her. Unless it's a flying comp, then of course you just stay Hela. And then there's my opinion where I think Black Panther is one of the best characters in the game. And you could literally play around his character, his counters, even though he has a ton of counters, like Invisible Woman's Shield to block the spear and stuff like that, or the thing, but like stuff like the thing just smashing on his healers or something like that, it's just a whole distraction. And if you could just play around characters, I genuinely think Black Panther is one of the best characters in the game. It's S tier, and that's something you might disagree on. And if you disagree, you can suck a dick. That's why you never hit eternity, you trash, and your heart stuck GM. I'm just kidding. I like to fuck around a little bit, but you know, everyone have their own reasons to. Yeah, I don't want this to turn into a yap session. I'm trying to keep this video under 30 minutes if I even can. I don't know how long this is going to be. I never did a video like this. Few things I want to say first. If you are coming from Overwatch, you will understand that this is a very forgiving ranking system. But this is also not a game you could just sit here and one trick. Overwatch had this thing where you had no bans. It used to be like this, first of all. It had no bans. You was able to one trick and have a dual partner with you in the higher ranks. And that's what made Overwatch ranking system easier, because you could be consistent and only know one. You only have one thing you have to have in your mind. This game, however, even though the ranking system is forgiving, you have the potential to do anything you want. You could build a chemistry on the teammates you have, and that's it does it so well, and that's coming from a person who solo queues comp and flexes every single character. Look at every single character. I know how to play tanks, DPS, and strategists all together well. None of these guys have horrible stats. You could literally see all of them. All these characters don't have shitty stats. They all are, you know, pretty good. Sometimes I do like to DPS it out and play, and this is only quick play. Of course, if I go to competitive, it's going to be different. But yeah, I genuinely flex a lot of characters. I don't know why I have so much time with Magneto. That's so weird. That had to be all this. Yeah, I played Magneto a lot in Season 0. I don't even remember that. I think it's because I was trying to get him Lord. I'm yapping. But, if you do not know 3 Vanguards, 3 DPS characters, and if you don't know 3 healing characters, I don't even think you deserve to be in Celestial. If you're a person who throws games just because of like minor convenience, if you throw games in general, bro, and you don't encourage your team and you don't come in with a positive attitude, I don't even think you deserve low GM. Like, you're barely even touching GM2. Like, GM2 and above, you should not be throwing games. That's like little baby shot. I don't even know why people do it in Celestial lobbies. I feel like people even do it in Eternity lobbies too. I've had people throw games in Eternity lobbies over petty like things. So please learn as many characters as you can, because you never know when those characters could come in clutch. And the replays that we're about to go through, as I explain to you and try to give you some advice, I'm going to show you what goes through my brain. And keep in mind, I do not communicate with these people. Only if they communicate with me, I'll listen. I do not go in game chat. I don't group up with people. I sometimes group up with my friends, depending on like what rank I am. Like if I'm Celestial 3, I might group up with my friends or GM, just to have a little bit of fun games, to have some fun throwaway games. But in general, when it's time for me to hit Eternity, I lock in and play solo. I don't have a secondary account to play on my friends. I just have one singular account. Everything I do is on this account. So this is pure stats. This is just normal player shit, okay? I'm not a weirdo making smurfs and all this extra shit to fucking make my stats look better than it is. Hopefully you learned something from this, and I hope this video is useful. I never made a video like this. I'm not gonna go through all these games. I'm gonna pick out key games, I guess. I guess the ones that the day that I actually... Yeah, the 23rd is when... No, not the 23rd. When was it? It was the 25th. The 25th is when I actually hit Eternity. I went from Celestial 2 to Eternity. Okay, in one go. Real quick, though, that's the only thing I really care about. I only care about hitting Eternity. I don't care about nothing else. Like, literally, like, before the season ends, before we go to the next season, I always make sure that I hit Eternity every time. Because that's the only thing I care about. I don't care about top 500. Just because of that grouping fucking exploit people were taking advantage of, grouping up and going against people in Diamond 1. I know it's removed now, but like, if you're in top 500, if you're a top 500 solo queuer, you know it's hard as fuck. I don't even think that exists. Is like, they had to have grouped up or something, or you have to be lucky. One thing I do want to say is that MVP does not mean everything. Like, I have MVP here, and that just means stat-wise the game saw me as a valuable player, but they don't record key moments of how this guy is 37 and 8, 50. Like, everyone needs to take account. One thing you need to hope for is at least 4 of your teammates are at least playing as their role. That's one thing you have to hope for, because if you're the better player in your rank and you know you don't deserve to be in that rank, you're able to make the plays where you really know that it matters. All right, let's break down this game. This is a good example that I could talk about. This is a guy who got MVP. Of course, he was doing what he needs to do. I think if you get MVP, that's the player you just don't complain about. Like, they are doing what they need to do consistently. Okay, that's the player you just don't complain about. And not like it's like I say complain to anybody who's doing bad. Always treat your teammates positively, because being negative is that's not really going to solve nothing, and it's not going to make them do better. It's just going to cause arguments, and you're just going to waste your time playing the game. All right, every time I load up in the game, I always pick my character last, or if I see something interesting, like a good team up that I could provide. For example, like Hulk and Namor. I saw the Namor, I was like, okay, but let me play Hulk, and he could get that team up. The majority of the times, I'm not even picking a character, and I don't ban. I never ban unless it's very, very necessary. And if I know there is a player on the other team that I can target ban. It's not my fault you don't have your name on streamer mode. If you cannot play more than 3 characters, take your name off. Put your name in streamer mode, please. You're just asking to be target banned. Like, I don't have my name on streamer mode, because if you ban my character, I can play whatever the fuck I want. I'm yapping. Yeah, they end up banning Namor. I go Thor, I see that he picks Groot. I do a lot of switching. I'm able to switch on command, and I pick Fantastic. Need that other DPS. Now, to be very honest, nothing happens throughout this entire game. Well, not the entire game, but like the first half of the game is nothing but us being straight ass. Can I not press the back button to see the score? There we go. Yeah, so I switched the score right here. I was playing Fantastic for like majority of the time. We're literally 4 minutes in the match. We have 2 minutes left. I switched Squirrel only because someone wasn't taking out the penny mines, and I agree with a teammate. He made a comm saying, hey, can you switch the can someone switch the score, go to take out the penny mines? Switch on demand. And the first thing I started doing was taking out the penny mines to see if that gives our team a push-up. But obviously, that still wasn't happening. We was getting shitted on. Iron Man is just shitting on us constantly. That was the second time he ulted us. So immediately, I take things in my own hand and play Hela. And this is when we actually start pushing up. We have a minute left. And don't switch your character when it's the last couple of seconds. Try and see if you could get anything to work within the first, because you have 4 minutes when the game starts. The first minute and 30 seconds goes and nothing's going on, switch. And then when you're in the last minute and shit is still not working, switch again. I don't even care if you have MVP. There's something not working in the team comp that's not giving good chemistry, that's not making you win the game. For example, and I don't see anyone doing anything good on our team, right? Yeah, our Moon Knight is ace, but he's 2 and 3, right? Now you could say he's putting up a lot of damage and he's making them back up, whatever the fuck, but still at the end of the day, there's flying characters in the game. There is a Rocket Raccoon, which can AoE heal, Ultron AoE heal, so he's almost making them ult farm. This is why I say MVP don't matter. Moon Knight should have been switched. The Namor, I'm glad he switched. At the start of the game, he was Groot, I believe. The fuck is this T-pose? Yes, he was Groot at the start of the game. So he made that switch at the last moment. All right, the main reasons I even switched to Hela. Flying comp, obviously. Moon Knight's getting hell of damage. So obviously something's not finishing them. Hela definitely has that enough damage to finish off the flyers or anything else around. You know, the more I look at this, why the fuck did this guy go Moon Knight, bro? They have a Ultron, Spider-Man, Iron Man. What the fuck was this guy thinking? I mean, like, they have the penny with the extra onk. They have a shield also. What? Why the fuck is this guy Moon Knight? I mean, like, he is good on this map. He's situational. He's good. He's really good on this map. That's crazy. Immediately going for flyers. Iron Man and Ultron are my targets. You want to get healers out the way. Try and support. If you hit Spider-Man one time, he's immediately going to web swing away every single time. The Spider-Mans are absolutely terrified with Helas with good aim. Keep putting consistent pressure on the Iron Man and Ultron. There's one pick. Ultron really can't do nothing. That's another pick. There we go. That's a third pick. Great. That was a great. You might be like, wow, that fucking the Squidward man. The namer Squidward man. Like, why did he solo out the Spider-Man? Because it's it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed to kill that Spider-Man. So now you can use another DPS. There's no point of saving your ults most of the time. The only time you need to save your ult is if you're a healer and you use it for key moments. For example, when Rocket Raccoon used his ultimate. Like, that was a bad Rocket Raccoon ult right there. We Invisible Woman ulted, and the Invisible Woman ult is still up, and Rocket Raccoon popped his ult way too fucking early. I'm so confused why Rocket even popped that. And that was what fucked them up mostly right there. That's my priority target, and he's out the sky. All right, here's another key moment I did. I'm looking for any squishies. Now they got Liu Kang. I wait for Doctor Strange here to jump. You always wait for Doctor Strange to use his jump. He jumps right there. Bait a little bit. Iron Man ults. I have to pop it. And now he can't really block me. Try to finish off the Strange. I can't. But I get a squishy. And now we just have to deal with deleting HP right here. We don't really got to deal with healers besides Ultron. Yeah, we turn that whole start of the game overtime from down to... It's never over, bro. It's never over until the game is over. Like I said, I'm fast forwarding through these games. I'm not trying to make this video like 1,000 hours long. Here, I decided to go Iron Man. And the main reason you would want to go Iron Man, especially on maps like this with a lot of corners, is because you could really give a lot of pressure to the healers. And that's what Iron Man is really good at excelling at. He could be at the safety of his backline and still mess with the enemy backline's healers. Let me just fast forward a little bit. So the entire time, I am just putting pressure on the healers back there, and Iron Man is putting pressure on me, which is good counterplay. And honestly, let me say something real quick. If the Spider-Man was actually consistent in hitting his shots, he would have to make me switch. But right here, he's not doing a good job of keeping me consistently damaged. And my Invisible Woman's doing amazing heals on me right now. If you see an Iron Man play, please play Invisible Woman. Anything that flies, please play Invisible Woman. She's an S tier character. It's such a great thing to have a shield while in the air, also healing you. If it wasn't for this Invisible Woman, I wouldn't even be able to do half the shit I was doing. And this is why I say, if you at least have 4 competent teammates playing as their rank, you're going to have a nice smooth ride towards winning this game. Amazing heals right there. You guys see that shit? Amazing heals. I want you guys to see what this Invisible Woman is doing. Look at this shit right here. I literally get solo ulted by the biggest neckbeard in the whole entire world. Where the fuck is the Spider-Man? Oh, there we go. Shield spam, heals, shield spam. You see that? And it's kept me alive. Look at that shit. It's shit like that where I'm like, okay, this fucking Invisible Woman is the real MVP. Look at them heals, bro. Cloak and Dagger, MVP. Like, healers and the whole healer category, even though I was doing decent DPS and doing what I need to do with my final hits, it would have never been done without them healers, especially that Invisible Woman. In my eyes, that Invisible Woman is the MVP. Here's when they counter switch to Hela, and I decided to still play Iron Man because that's definitely what was going through my head in this game. I was like, yeah, these healers are fucking goated. I shouldn't really need to switch. Now let's load up to another game. I hope you guys are learning anything from this fucking game. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to give advice to some form of way. Let's look up my Eternity rank up game actually. Yeah, I'm waiting for everyone to pick their character and pick their bands. I see that we have a dive comp with a rocket, which could heal us from anywhere, and we have Magneto. This makes this the perfect time to play another dive character like Captain America or Venom. I picked Venom here because the other guy was willing to heal. I just love when people are willing to heal. I love my healers so much. But yeah, we also have Snowflake. This is an amazing team setup, and the reason this is so good is because you have Magneto Bubble, which could protect the BP, the magic, and me when we're constantly diving at the same time. And on top of that, you have Snowflake for any of us, and Magneto could also get Snowflake when it comes into a crucial position. He has the range to attack with us. That's the thing I like about Magneto. That's why I think he's an S tier character also. I always favor immortality abilities over anything else. Anything that it has great utility. So yeah, their comp is consisting of... This is a great comp, by the way, the enemy team has. And I feel like we have a good counter to it, especially since we're dive. Because if we were any other characters, if we didn't have 3 dives, I honestly think we wouldn't have done enough damage to even take out what they have going on, because they have Invisible Woman, Adam Warlock, they have Rescomp. They basically have Rescomp, and one of them switches Star-Lord later on. And this is something you only see in very high elo lobbies. Like, this is top 500 shit you be seeing, like with the Adam Warlock Mantis gameplay. Like, I don't think I've ever seen this in like low Celestial ever. Like Celestial 2, I don't think I've ever seen this in a Celestial 2 or lower lobby. But my main focus as a Venom player is to hope that my team is coordinated, because I have the most health out of everyone on my team. I want to always be down there to have the BP and magic ready to dive with me when the time is comfortable. My main target is the Adam Warlock. If I focus Adam Warlock and keep an eye on him, in the back of my mind, this is something you also need to know, is you need to know where every single enemy is located at all time. You need to keep a mental map. If you know where every single enemy is on the map at all times, you know exactly where all your teammates are at all times. So you know when to die specifically at certain times. Like I remember, I knew right now how I'm just waiting to like get a little bit of pushing going, but I remember where the fuck that Adam Warlock was. So that's why that's the first thing I did, was go up there to attack him. And you also have to keep in mind he has Soul Bond. You need to get rid of those cooldowns fast. But if the Adam Warlock is really good and he's getting those headshots, it's going to be a little bit of a problem, but you're Venom, so you're just going to eat that shit up like a good boy. Consistently diving, and the fact that they're like, look, you use Soul Bond there. He didn't even need to use Soul Bond because I died anyways. But we got a good, decent little push. This was a hard game. I don't think we fully pushed this game. Going for Invisible Woman. I see her separated from her team. She had to use her jump. Back to Adam Warlock. There we go. Nice little group up. I could get a few picks. That's a double kill for us. I'm just finishing up here. Like, I'm not really like looking for anything else. Got the Invisible Woman to pop her thing. I missed a kill. That was a good Adam res. That's why I said this is a really good comp, because you could res into the Adam ult. I mean the Invisible. After we end up capping the next point, one thing in my brain is to keep the consistency and have that push up, because once they get settled and they get to the point, once the point gets to them, they have unlimited stalling. Of course, like I'm gonna say, they have the Adam, they have the Mantis, they have the Invis, they have 3 healers, you got Rescomp. They have so much stalling potential here. Here we go. That was good coordination. That was good coordination right there. Like, they're just all bundled up too. That's another problem you have, is the way they were bundled up is what was fucking them also. Here we go. I see another bundle up and I could get an ult off. I wasn't really getting the kills now because they were prepared for it, especially with the Soul Bond, especially since I should have waited for Rocket Ult right there. So yeah, I do a couple things wrong, but here I'm looking for the key fucking guy, fucking Adam. I missed my fucking res, which sucks. I mean, I missed my ult. I should have saved ult for when he did that. Yeah, I was definitely fucking up at the end here because I wasn't paying attention to Adam. But yeah, in Rescomp, Adam is definitely the character you want to keep a close eye on. Nobody else. Oh, this is another thing I want to say. Every time someone switches to Doctor Strange, please, I know it didn't work here, but please go Scarlet Witch. The team up is so worth it, and they just don't expect that anytime. Unless, like, of course, your confident character is going to work going in that portal. But it's a free team up. If we still had a team there and then we go backline with the Scarlet ult, I would be melting the squishies, bro. They would just be getting insta-killed, especially since this is an Adam Warlock. It's definitely not going to work that much. I'm not even going to lie to you. Because they just have infinite stability. Yeah, that shit was not going to work. I was just to focus, and then I don't know where the fuck that res was. But we didn't fully cap it, but you know, it is what it is. And obviously, on defending, I already knew they were going to fucking rock the same characters. But now they went flying also because of the... They should have never went flying. Invisible Woman was a way better pick, especially since it matches the Adam abilities. And it gave way more protection to Adam than the other shit. Yeah, they literally couldn't do anything. They didn't even get past like the first point. They started getting a little bit desperate. Here I'm waiting very patiently to get a correct ult off. And I got one because I had Rocket also boosting me with damage boost. Keeping the tank busy. They're just all over the place right now. But yeah, that game's pretty much finalized. They fucking end up going whatever you call it, streams to portal at end. I'm not gonna lie, I think this video is a bad idea. I don't feel like I'm explaining anything. There's so much to talk about in the game. Like, genuinely, there's just so much to talk about. It would have to be like I could talk about so much shit. It would have to be a 10-hour video if I really wanted to go in depth with everything I had to say about this game. Like, I literally would have to give classes, bro. I'm yapping, I'm wasting time. Yeah, I only wanted to look at 3 games, so let me look at a game where I was doing bad and I decided to flip it around. I think this is a game I was doing bad, and let me check. Here I am being the last one to pick to see what we really need. I think everyone's settled now. So yeah, I settled on thing. One problem that I noticed already with my own gameplay, I don't know why the fuck did I pick thing? Like, you guys just saw a glimpse of the future. Like, we was getting fucked up just now. You saw that? But yeah, the reason you don't want to pick thing and why a lot of characters turn into like become a higher tier. Like, I think Squirrel's a B tier character, but when you put her on this map, she's automatically an A tier character. Like, it's just the path thing. Like the path thing all the way down here. How do I get out of here? You just have this huge pathing, and this is the problem with thing that makes him like not really that good, is that you have to LT your way all the way down here. I can't really do nothing but hold the corners. I can't really watch my healers if someone was flanking. Oh my god, look at this bitch right here. I didn't even know they had this bitch. I can't watch my team if they're flanking. I'm always having to turn around, see what's going on. I'm getting ready to defend my healers. My other tank can't really take the damage. Here she comes, hash slinging, slashing, and then I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, who the fuck is attacking my healers? Oh, there it is. There it is. I must save them. I must save them, and it's not really much. I see they just took too much room. Now they just have the whole entire point. So I end up switching Venom. I'm fucking 0-1. I mean, like, the whole team's I'm doing bad, so it's not really. They're just straight up taking up the whole thing. I go Groot next, not working out. I just keep switching because they're just taking too much time. I don't have time to just sit there and see if a character works. I do have my ult, but I'm literally just a walking simulator right now. It's literally just a walking simulator. I can't do anything. Like, I literally have to play distance for Groot. That was a good Bucky ult with my Groot ult. So my plan was to waste the ult and switch again. And here I had to take out the Magneto. I don't like playing my Lord characters unless I really have to, because I want to level up my other characters. And obviously I should do that in quick play. But as a flex player, I know every fucking character. I can do whatever the fuck I want. So the main reason I went Magneto is because the thing about Magneto, he's a really good solo tank. He's one of the best solo tanks out of every other tank, I believe. I think he's the best solo tank out of every other tank. I feel like this Emma wasn't able to hold certain points correctly because she was backing up as much as I was as the thing. So I was like, okay, we need more utility and survivability, and that's why the Magneto switch happened. Another reason I went Magneto, they have magic. I could bubble my backline. They have Ultron and Iron Man, and Iron Man is really, I mean, Magneto's really good at getting those distances down. I don't even know why he popped his ult there. There we go, looking behind, trying to get a bubble down. Great heals. Right now my goal is to suppress all the characters. Like right there, that kill would have never happened if I was any other character. That kill, I would have never got that kill. Magneto got the kill. Here we are actually holding the point now. Now I'm 6-5. Flip that negative into a positive. Yeah, keeping that Ultron suppressed in the back. These tanks are oblivious to what's happening to their backline. Like, this Magneto is very selfish. He's not really, like, if we spectate him, I doubt he's like, oh, we're in the last minute. Oh, they portaled too early. What the fuck was this? But yeah, I think the Magneto's just bubbling himself. He's not really, he's just really like damage focused. Yeah, he's bubbling tanks and shit. Like, why the fuck would you do that? I had to forcefully ult here because I was about to die. Yeah, it's something I had to do. But we end up holding it, I believe. Here's me putting pressure on the healers, and look what this Magneto's doing. Magneto's just focusing me. He's just focusing me the entire time. Do not focus the tanks or the DPS. Go for the healers. This entire time, he was just damaging the tanks. Not if he had turned around and go for Invisible Woman, he wouldn't have to worry about that. But here I am ulting so I can have survivability, bubbling myself so I can stay on point, and now they have to back up, and now I have free space to get their healer. Free space right there. Amazing. And now I see why I was bubbling myself the most in this gameplay, because Magneto was just, everyone was just damaging the tanks. It didn't even seem like people were going for the picks they needed in the back. All right, here's the final countdown. Go for the focus right there. Go for healers again. Turn around, try and get a bubble. That was a bad bubble by me. Great Invisible Woman shield. That was an amazing Invisible Woman shield. This is what I love right here. Everyone watching out for each other. I give the bubble to him. He gives the bubble to Loki. Amazing. Back to what I was doing. Just putting a little bit of pressure on the tanks. Going straight for the problem. This is the problem right here, and I'm about to eliminate that problem. My aim is pretty bad. Doctor Strange realizes it. If Doctor Strange was tanking, it would be a whole different game, because he knows the healers need protection. Protect the healer. Here the ult pop. Yep, and we finish everything off. And that entire time, I had full faith in my healers. I don't even think I got off the point once when we was doing that. Don't be afraid. If you have a good healer, trust that healer. The only times you gotta be scared is if you're overextending. But if you're defending, sit there and take that damage. Block, use your survivability as much as you can. Your healer is the one who's going to keep you alive. Just do not overextend. That's the only time you have to worry about not being healed. Keep hugging. Keep using the objective as a defense. Like right now I'm standing in the middle because I'm cocky as fuck. But the entire time I was using the objective as like a shield for myself. Here we are attacking and I am playing Emma. I remember now. Okay, so the reason I switched to Emma is because the dude said, hey, can anyone play Emma? I'm just doing a lot of damage, but I'm not getting the picks. I was like, bet, we could switch. Boom. Automatically switch to Emma. My bro already lowered Magneto. Bet, look at that shit. And this is where flexing comes into a lot of plays. Like, a lot of these games wouldn't have been won if they didn't have a flex on their team. And I'm not saying that these guys are not doing what they need to do. They're absolutely playing within their rank. But if I was just a one-trick fucking Groot or some shit, we wouldn't have been winning this game. You have to match the chemistry. You have to understand these characters and their abilities. Yes, this is an amazing fucking spot for Magneto. So right here, I believe this is what I meant by overextending right here. The Emma definitely overextend. I use my shield to block off heals because it's a long, narrow way. And now they can't really heal her. Yep, that was a great Bucky grab. Amazing Bucky grab. I thought she overextended, but no, she did overextend. She wasn't really being careful of the Bucky. They have a wolf, which is a horrible fucking character to play right now because we have Emma and Magneto, so we don't even really have to worry about him. Get the squishies. Get him out of there. Countering the wolf. They have to make switches. Here's the portal. Never, unless you're guaranteed to do it, never use the Doctor Strange portal on this point. The reason I say that is because when you use the portal here, you literally have to walk like 1,000 light years to fucking use the portal. You have to go from in that spawn room and either take a choice. You could go all the way to the left or you go to the right. It's just too much time wasted. You're better off just trying to run back with the character you want. Now, this is something I want to say, though. I heard the Bucky ult. Now, the thing about Emma, the times you want to use Emma's ult is at crucial points where someone else is using their ult or if the enemy is using a healer ult. Now, the reason you use Emma's ult when healers are using their ult is because, in my opinion, when they use their healer ult, give them 3 seconds or give them 4 seconds. At least have the healer ult settle, and then you pop your ult, and now everyone can't really do anything in the healer ult. They just have to sit there and stand and take it. It's a great way to waste a healer's ult, because they can't do nothing. Focusing the people who could get Bucky ulted. I get grabbed. I overextended right here. I 100% overextended here. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even have diamond form. I should have never been cocky. That was a great invisible woman ult. Yeah, we cap it anyways. Doesn't really matter. That was pretty much it. There's nothing else to really talk about in that game. I did say I want to do 3 games. This video is going to be longer, but I do want to talk about one more game, and it's where it's a Celestial 1 lobby, low Celestial 1. We only had 1 healer for like the first half. It's not going to make a difference, but here I'm waiting to pick my character. Now, I picked Venom, and now you need to see the problem with this team, right? What is the problem with our team? There's 1 healer, and it's a Jeff. Now, 1 healer comp works. It works, especially for high mobility characters, and you can heal people consistently all around. Jeff heals, Rocket heals, are amazing heals. They have really great mobility to get out where they want to go. That's why I felt comfortable going strictly tank and having someone else go healer, and I especially went Venom for the team up. You may be like, the team up is fucking ass, but in a situation like this where you need every single thing, and especially the fact when someone picks Jeff, they know how to play Jeff. You've never seen someone pick Jeff and they don't know how to play fucking Jeff, unless like you're in some fucking, especially in this rank. I had confidence this guy know how to heal. Now my plan here I assumed Mr. Fantastic is going to protect the one healer, give him the defense he needs, and body block whatever comes his way. They had a Lord BP, Lord Venom, and a Spider-Man. All of that to kill one healer. Now, watch how much this dude gets dived. And I'm assuming my Fantastic was going to protect him. I'm not sure. There we go. You see? Immediately dead. But the first thing the Fantastic did was try and turn around and protect him. I think he grabbed the wrong guy. I don't even think he gave a fuck to protect him. Maybe I was kind of wrong there. Keep stalling points, stay on point, have faith in my healer. Keep putting pressure on those healers. They're playing hobble positioning. Like, those healers are like, why the fuck are they on the point with the rest of the healers? Hulk is doing great contesting right now, and he has the fucking ultimate. Amazing ult pop. That was an amazing time to ult pop. Magneto wastes his ult. I don't even know why the fuck he used that there. He got desperate, I guess. And now we finally get another healer. And this solidifies us winning the game. Because if they could have won with just one healer, there's no way they're winning with a Loki healer. And honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Loki's kind of a bad pick, especially with a Jeff copy. You know, it's all fine. Because there's the only reason I say it's fine is because there's a ledge over there. So you could do, especially with how small this point is, you could really just do a double Jeff ult and they wouldn't even be expecting it, and you could just spit them all right there. So Jeff's pretty good on this map. They wasted Invisible Woman. Oh, I don't even know why they ulted there. They should have waited for someone to die. But yeah, look, that's the counter right there. That's literally what I was talking about. You could literally Jeff ult there. Let me do something real quick. Let me show you what the fuck I be talking about. Let's slow this down, disappear, and stuff like this is where the ult really matters, because I saw him use the ult right here, I believe. You literally can't see nothing. He goes into the invis ult, he pops Y, infinitely healing us, and also just spinning around like a ballerina. Rocket Raccoon ults, we all live. Great Jeff ult, spit us out. Yeah, he doesn't have enough time. He has to just waste their time. Nothing really much to see here. We win that game. Yeah, that's I could show you more. I could literally break down all these fucking games. Like, there's amazing stuff that happened in all these games, and I think I played Venom a lot, actually. I played Venom a whole lot in these games. I want to show one more gameplay before it's the end. Is this a gameplay? I think this is game. This is High Celestial. Yes, I think this is it. I want you guys to see something real quick. I keep saying this is the last game. I'm gonna have to edit so much stuff. There's so much that's gonna be cut off. So I'm skipping a whole lot of the gameplay. They already attacked. We're defending. I go through here to get at least a little bit of aggression. I realize a key moment, because I wish I could show more of the game. I don't know. The video is gonna be too fucking long. But thing about this game is that the healers are basically immortal from where they're positioning is. It's so hard to get where they're located, and I'm about to show you what I'm talking about. My DPS are trying to get them, and this is why I go Strange, because Strange has an amazing ult that is great for getting squishies. And I think I did it last round too. I have to check. But here's where this is when I started pressuring healers a lot. I have to keep my distance though. I have to act like I'm not going for them. But the entire time, you see that positioning? That is amazing positioning by them. Like, look at this shit, bro. Look where he is. And I have to sacrifice it. I have to sacrifice my healers for their healers. Here we go, Liu Kang coming with me. Like, look at that positioning. It's just like, it's literally like immortality. And I waited so long to get a good ult off. I was like, when am I going to have the key moment to get a great ult? And it looked like we were going to lose the game. But I waited so long to ult this bitch. Like, you have to be so careful with Invisible Woman, especially when she's pushing people. She's looking for the ult. And here it is. I don't care if it was a solo ult, I still would have gotten it. And that key moment right there is what got us the fucking point. I'm not gonna lie. The healers were the main problem in that team. The tanks, the DPS, they were doing nothing. I don't care if that dude was 31 and 5. If without his healers, he was not going to keep doing that nonsense. Once we took out those healers, immediately got a push. This was a hard game, I'm not gonna lie. This was a very difficult game. Here I am putting tons of pressures on the healers. Great fucking ult. He wasn't expecting that. Great fucking ult. Mr. Fantastic with the follow-up also. Oh, I forgot I did this. So I'm right here. I'm looking for I'm trying to separate. I try to body block there, but I'm looking for a perfect time. Let's block that off. Blocked off. Look at this. The healers can't do shit. They can't do nothing. They wasn't expecting that mid-game. They all have to run around and look at the health bars on the top right of the screen as they run over. Boom, 1 dead, 2 dead. Just like that. They're fiending to go around. 2 tanks dead from that one portal. That one portal. Now they have the whole train, and now they have no room. They literally have no room. They have to run. Where's Rocket gonna run? Into my portal, into the other one? Look at that ass. Now, has to go back. Yo, he ran right into the fist of 1,000 slaps. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Right into the, oh, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know what they think this is. Key moments like that, you have to understand, keep a mental note of the positioning. Yeah, here I am trying to focus the healers. I see I can't get a good off there. I know when to wait. See, solo out one healer. Without their healers, they are nothing. This is why I hate when people shit talk a certain role. Once you lose that role, you realize you can't do nothing. Stop talking shit. I remember this healer strike, whatever the fuck going on. Stop talking shit about your healers, because this is what they're going through. They're going through me. Oh, look at that amazing pick. Look at this amazing pick right here. Look at this amazing pick. He wasn't expecting that. He wasn't expecting a 1-2 combo in his face. Look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him. Look at this. Look at this amazing. Look at this. Look at it. He wasn't expecting me to do all that. He was like, oh, just minding my business. I'm slow motioning it, making it way longer than it has to be. But watch this. Rocket pop all. He think he's safe? Nah, bitch. Look at this shit. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, shut the door. Get the fuck out my lobby, pussy. Whip. But yeah, I think I realized that was the problem the last round too. I switched strains at the end. I played every tank but strains, and I switched to strains, and then I started bugging on the healers. Like, look at this. I think, who did I ult here? I ulted somebody here. Oh yeah, you see? Back line. Boom. There we go. That's double right there. Yeah. So that was basically the thing. So if we run down the problems with every game that I showed you, and they all were like, we should have lost. We honestly should have lost. This game, healers were the problem. Nobody else. This game, they had res comp. We countered with dive. This game was about survivability. We needed the right tanks to play against what we were going against, so that's why Magneto was working to protect the healers. This game, a lot of flying characters. Hela was the play. Penny was not the problem because I was switching to Squirrel because someone calmed me that. I hope this video was even useful. I honestly don't think it was. This is my first time doing shit like this. The video was honestly everywhere. There's so much to go through. If I could just pick one game and talk about everything that happened, like one game, I could probably talk for an hour, like an hour about shit that could just break down, because everything matters, bro. Like literally anything matters. You could be negative and make a game winning ultimate or whatever the fuck you do, and it wouldn't reflect on the scoreboard of why you won that game. Stop throwing your game, stop giving up, learn 3 characters of each role, try and fit the team chemistry, and you start ranking up more. You start, you know, doing a lot of amazing stuff, you know. Hope you got something out of this. Let me just bring this up. Yeah, hope you got something out of this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, hope you get to a higher rank.
Enemy is about to scan the area.